Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cappy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. And you should always use your own discernment. Sorry, I had a little bit of a mind blank there. All right, before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week this week, you have the Temperance card as well. Temperance card has been very active this week, so that suggests to me that on the wider world stage we are going to see some sort of hubbub or some kind of drama this week. Whether we choose to get swept up into it or not is obviously completely up to us. Now, the other thing with the Temperance card, this is asking you to really check your alignment, right? So this week, my dear Capricorns, the experience that you're having, whether it's positive and beneficial, whether it's negative and something that you really don't want, what is being highlighted to you is the energy that you are putting out there into your life. So you need to ask yourself, what is it that I am projecting out into the world to have or to get the results that I'm currently getting? You're going to have to be really honest with yourself about what your energy is producing, what your thought process, what your belief structure and system on the internal level, what are they creating for you? Do you want more of it or less of it? Some of you could be traveling this week, very possible. And if you are, why didn't you invite me? So your foundation card for the week ahead is the Seven of Pentacles. So the results that you have, right? This is speaking directly to the results that you have at this moment in time. What is it that you like about them? What is it that you don't like about them? And more importantly, what are you prepared to do about them? This week, it looks like you're getting really honest with yourself, like I said, about, okay, you know what, I'm having this experience and it sucks. This is what I haven't done, this is what I have done, and this is why I'm in the situation that I am. Like, you're looking at the formula in that Capricornian way, right? Total honesty, total sort of black and white, like this is what it is, right? And I think that's actually a good thing, because when we can be brutally honest with ourselves, it doesn't matter if we're brutally honest with other people. And what I mean by that is not that it doesn't matter if you're honest, but if you can be as brutally honest with yourself as you are with other people, then you know that that brutal honesty is always coming from a place of integrity. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves ya. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. So for your actions and options this week, you've got the Knight of Swords. So this week, my dear Cappies, you could be initiating something that some people think is a little bit hasty. But if you are following this and you've done that due diligence on the internal level, it really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. What matters is how you feel about the move that you are making. Now, I will say this as well. It looks like some of you have either a job interview or maybe some of you are going through the application process at the moment. I will say this, if you are applying for new work, it looks like some of you are short-tracked. Is it short-tracked? Shortlisted. You know, so like this, when they look at things, it's like, yeah, we like these are actually the candidates, everybody else didn't make it. You could be shortlisted this week, and whatever it is that you are going after, it may appear to everybody else that it's a little bit hasty, right? So it kind of, to somebody else who cares about you, maybe they think there's a bit of an element of out of the frying pan and into the fire with this. I think as long as you are really honest with yourself about what it is and isn't and can be, you will be fine. For your communications and conversations this week, you have the Ace of Cups. So it's often said that it's not what you know, it's who you know. And this week definitely rings true. Through your people, through your network, through the people that you are associated with to or tied to in some way, shape or form, this is where your best opportunities show up for you by interacting with loved ones. It could be family members, it could be friends, it could be colleagues that you actually get on with, people that you actually like to spend time with. or to be around. It's through your network this week that your advancement comes. Now, the fact that you've got the Ace of Cups here coupled with that Temperance card, this is some really good news, or it's like a balm or a salve that is added to the profession. So if work has been particularly intense this week, or sort of for however long, if it's been awful, if it's been challenging, this week it finally dies down a bit, right? This is the week where you can go, okay, it's been intense up until this moment, but now things start to ease off. And I actually think this is great for all of you. For those of you that work for somebody else, if you are planning to leave your current job or move on to greener pastures, as they say, do expect the current employer to try to keep you, to do something to sweeten the deal to get you to stay where you are. You can use that as a bargaining chip, although with that sort of Knight of Swords in the actions and options, it kind of looks like you've already made up your mind. But at least hear them out, right? See what they can offer you, because you never know, it might be what you wanted. And not always, but as the saying goes, sometimes it's better the devil that you know. Now, for those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, this is great. Something that you've put a lot of effort into, something that you've worked quite hard on cultivating, or a new contract that you've been chasing after, new business, a new way of doing business, or a new place of doing business that actually resonates with you at a core level. You're now getting the opportunity to bring that back. It's like this week you actually get to say, you know what, I've always wanted to do this kind of work, and then boom, someone or something or a client of that nature shows up, and so you feel like you're in alignment with your own destiny, which is great. And not even so much just about your own destiny, but with what you desire for your life, like what you truly want and desire for your life, which is very, very exciting. For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, one of the ways that this might show up for you is that you could literally find yourself having conversations that you didn't expect yourself to have. And maybe this is because the climate or whatever in your personal or interpersonal relationships has been so tense or intense that you maybe you couldn't see the wood for the trees, and you thought this is never going to improve. Well, this week it does, right? Which is great. For your love and relations, you've got the Strength card. I mean, this underneath, excuse me, it's always at the Capricorn point. I'm sorry, guys. For those of you that are single and looking, ready to mingle and get out there, you've got this Ace of Cups. This is one of those times where if the friends or the family or somebody that you know, somebody that you're close with or tight with tries to set you up, you can accept that, right? It might feel a bit uncomfortable because it's like, Capricorns are so used to doing everything for themselves, by themselves, and very often other people's stuff as well. So to suddenly relinquish control of something like that, especially when it comes to dating, might be a bit uncomfortable for you, but I advise that you go with it this week because it could be good. When it comes to those of you that are partnered, married, or in relationships, now, because the Strength card is under the Knight of Swords, yes, there is going to be some harsh conversations between you and your partner, your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, person. But that is conversation that leads to a breakthrough of some sort. And there is a breakthrough here. When it comes to your relationship and your partnership, there's a breakthrough. Something starts to move, something starts to happen. And it's like, wow, you know what? This has been on hold for the longest time. And then boom, something this week, it's one of those moments where like when you pull the plug out of the drain and then it all suddenly starts to whoosh. Or, when you're watching a film and you see something is stuck and the person's like, ugh! And then you see that moment where it just dislodges a little and then everything starts to move after that. This is that week, all right? When it comes to specifically to those of you that are married, partnered, or in long-term commitments. For your money and materials, you've got the Seven of Pentacles. You've got to stay the course this week, right? So you are digging in for something. Whether this is your work, whether it's your profession, whether it's a side hustle that you're finally trying to get off the ground, you've got this Ace of Cups, here, which tells me that when it comes to money this week, there can be advancement, but it's going to be small, right? But the thing that you need to know is no matter how small this advancement is, it is the herald of greater things to come. There are greater blessings yet to find you from the people that you know, from the interactions that you have. So stay the course. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, your Seven of Pentacles is going to be your stomach, your digestive system, especially with that Ace. I don't know why I keep saying the Eight of Cups, especially with that Ace of Cups and the Temperance card. This week you could find some sort of, I want to say some sort of medicine that helps with that. So if you're seeing a doctor or a healing professional, or maybe somebody tells you about, like, not so much a miracle cure, but maybe somebody suggests something to you. If you've had stomach problems, pains, upsets, etc., maybe somebody suggests something to you this week and you're like, okay, I'll try it. You try it and bam, like you have really great results from it. So again, it's not about what you know this week, it's about who you know. Your network is going to deliver so much value to you this week that it's really important to look after and tend to those interpersonal connections. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, Seven of Pentacles, this is just working on the home, right? So this could be looking after the garden. I mean, with the Ace of Cups there and the Strength card, I'm inclined to say barbecues at your house and Rafi's invited. Or it could be something like that. And I advise that you take advantage of that this week. So with that said, all in all, it looks like a pretty decent week for you guys. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.